This your boy Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3, and this is The Rose Garden. You already know who I got with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's your local reseller, YouTuber, restore all that, Kidd Kam. Check me out on Facebook at Kidd Kam, Instagram, Playboy Kam with 2 Y's with play and _ at the end. Snapchat, Look Cam 208.
That's what's up. So like I said, we're gonna get into all the great things you do. But before we even start there, just let people know about you, the person, basically. Give them a quick background.
I was originally born in Virginia. I moved to Georgia when I was about 9 months. Grew up in Byron until I was about in middle school. Moved around the Robbins. I've been here since then. And yeah.
Alright, so before we get into reselling, let's just talk about you, being a new father. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How is it a boy or girl?
A girl.
How old is she?
She's 1 going on 2.
Oh, okay, so first off, congratulations on that, man. Let's jump back in the past, man. Do you remember exactly where because I got 2 kids. I remember where I was when I found out I was having kids. Do you remember the moment you found out you was gonna be a father?
I mean, it was crazy. I found out a little later, like after she was here, and it was right before my 18th birthday.
What was your reaction to that?
Man, I had planned on going to Atlanta for my birthday.
I
had a plan on going to Atlanta for my birthday. Her mother hit me up. She was like, "Hey, you want to take a test?" And I was like, "What?" Then she told me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way." I actually took a DNA test on my 18th birthday. So instead of going to Atlanta, I did that. But I was excited for it. Like, it's a new journey, new responsibility and stuff. I wasn't really trying to push. I was trying to go ahead. I was trying to hurry up and figure out if it wasn't mine or not. Cause she looked just like me. I was like,
so you knew it was yours?
I knew it was mine. And then like when my mom found out and stuff, everybody around me was like, "Go ahead, get the DNA test." I was like, "That baby mine." I ain't finna beat around the bush now. I was like, "Yeah, she mine." But it's a great experience. It changed like your perspective on life. Like, you're not just living for yourself no more. You gotta know the responsibility. You got somebody you looking out for now.
I like that. That's gonna be my next question. Like, how did it change your life? But it sounded like from the jump you was ready to do what you supposed to do. Because a lot of people would hit behind. Let me go and take this test, just so hopefully it ain't. But now you're like, man, it's me. I'm gonna handle my responsibility, man. Especially being so young, a lot of people wouldn't have done that. So that just shows you as the person once you stand on it. I ain't looking for no loophole. I did. I'm gonna do right by it. So, like, how has your life changed since you became a father?
Well, I say like when I was younger, I had like a lot of anger issues. Like, I've been in alternative school since I was in alternative school from 3rd grade all the way to 8th grade. Then I got sent back in 9th grade. I got sent back in 8th grade. Then I got out in 9th grade. So like I had problem controlling my anger and stuff. Like
you never go to. That means in middle school you ain't go to a regular middle school.
I was in there from 3rd grade to 8th grade. Like,
did they ever let you go back to regular school? Or they just said, "Bro, you ain't go nowhere." Like,
no, that was the type of alternative school I was in. They had a little thing. It was like, you do good for 9 weeks, you go back to your regular school, but they never send you back.
Were you in the Houston County school system?
No, I was in, when I first got sent, I was in Byron. They sent me all the way to Macon.
Oh.
They sent me to alternative school in Macon, so I had to catch the bus all the way from Byron to Macon, and I did that till I moved down here, and they had one down here. But
is it still Crossroads down here? Or is it
no, that's the thing. It's not Crossroads because it's from like 3rd. They started in elementary school. Crossroad don't start in middle school. That's why they had sent me to Macon, because they didn't have like a crossroad for elementary school kid. I didn't even know they had that.
They had that. You teaching me something new. I didn't even know they had that.
But like I had like real bad anger issues, and then like with having a child, it made me realize like I can't be snapping like that. Like, one bad thing can lead me to jail or something worse. Like, it made me calm down a little bit. Focus on what I actually need to be focused on, take more stuff serious. And it just like, I'd say she came at the right time.
I like that. That's kind of like my son. I had my son when I was 20, something like that. I didn't know what I was doing with life. But I feel like without my son, I probably would have never had to. That's that moment when you just, like, you cool, you don't realize what you're doing ain't right till you realize this ain't right. So like, I probably would have continued doing it until I'm like, damn, I can't. What I'm doing ain't gonna help him, so then I gotta change it up. So I'm glad you were able to figure that out quickly, because it worked out. Because you're doing great right now, man. Now, what's something as a parent you didn't realize was expensive until you became a parent?
I want to say expensive. I say like the diapers and stuff. Like I ain't even know the diapers and stuff was that much. Like,
hey, those diapers expensive, man. The wipe sneak up on you too, cause they be like a little big pack, be like 15.
Cause I don't go in there. I get like the biggest one, so I can just go ahead and knock out the way it's gonna last. But shoot, I be walking out like it be like $50.
$50. I said my baby girl finally got out of diapers, man. I'm too happy, man. But congratulations again, man. I know you on the podcast the other day. We were talking about how important fathers are, especially fathers involved. So to hear you stepped in immediately and you did what you were supposed to, we already discussed how everybody doesn't do that. So it's good that you did.
And that's one of the reasons like I was so excited to have a child, because my father wasn't really around. So I was like, when I get the opportunity, I'm going to do what I got to do. And
that's what we talk about. A lot of people, either they going to do one or the other. Either they going to be like, well, I ain't had no dad. I don't know how to be a dad, so I ain't going to be a dad. Or they be like, nah, I'm going to do this right. I'm going to do it the way I wanted it done for me. And it sounds like that's the way you went. So I like that. Now let's get into this reselling, man. One of the best local resellers around here, man. When did you start reselling, though?
It ain't even been a full year yet while I've been reselling, but in middle school, I remember my mom had bought me, like I got shoes when school started, birthday, Christmas. Like 3 times I got shoes.
All the time.
So I want to say it was like 7th grade, my mom had bought me a pair of KD7s. And I had let somebody wear them. And she had got real mad about that. So she was like, I ain't buying you no more shoes, figure it out on your own. So that same pair I let somebody wear, I ended up doing like a 2-for-1 trade on that. Then that 2-for-1 trade, I did like another one. And that one pair I had flipped to like 8 by the end of the school year.
I remember people don't like to trade no more like that. I remember them days, man.
Yeah, we had the Runner Robin sneakerhead group. We had the Macon sneaker community. Like that's before reselling had got big. Like it was just people trading their shoes, selling in there. Yeah, people didn't really understand the value of their shoes. You see some real heat in there for about $120. They don't even know what they selling. Everybody was doing that now. Now, as far as your reselling business, do you have an official name for it or? Well, I do, but I really don't go by it. Like I got a Instagram page, it's Back End Kicks, but I only got like 30 followers on. Like most of my sales come from Snapchat and Facebook. So a lot of people they be like, I shop with Kidd Kam because that's my Facebook name and stuff. Gotcha.
And I was going to say how people contact you if they want to do bidding, but you just said Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook, mainly Facebook if you're looking for the shoes. Now I know you just kind of gave a backstory. Was there anything more in what made you get into reselling? Was it just, man, this is easy money? Because I know when I was doing the stuff like that, it was just too easy. But
yeah, what really got me into it, like I've never been into like television. I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and the only thing I would watch is like sneaker customized or pickup vlogs, stuff like that, like restoring videos. I was watching a lot of those in middle school. It's something like I wanted to do, but I wasn't like serious on doing it till now, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, you killing it now. Now I know you had the KD7s. You said that was kind of the first shoe that maybe kind of led you towards this way. But what's the first shoe you got that you literally bought to flip? Like that was the point of it.
Yeah, I started last year. I think they came out in March. It was the Carmine 6s. It's a dude. Shout out to Scotty TV and Macon. He do $10 raffles, $20 raffles for like PlayStations, shoes, stuff like that. But he had hit me up. He was like, they got Carmine 6s and Chumps in Macon. I'm finna go buy me a pair. Retail was like $190. I ended up selling them for like $280. And I was like, man,
too easy.
I was like, that was quick.
Too easy.
So then after that, I was working at the Walmart on Watson. So I'm in between the mall right here, and then you got the Hibbits and like Dollar Tree. So I'm like right in between them. So I started going to the Hibbits because I had a homeboy that worked over there. I was like, hey, I'm gonna pay you $20, $30 extra. Give me as many pairs you get, I'm gonna pay for each pair. So at first I started flipping them like $30, $40. I really wasn't making them but like $20, $30 profit. But as I learned what I was doing, that's when I started going up on price.
That makes sense. So what would you say for a reseller? And I don't want you to give away your sauce because I don't want somebody to watch this and be able to take you out of business. But what would you say is the most important thing when it comes to reselling? Is it those connections like with the shoe stores, or is it the clientele base? What's the most important thing for somebody to be successful at it?
I would say the most important thing, you got to learn sneakers first. You got to learn sneakers, learn the market, learn what to buy, and how much they going for. Because I got a cousin, he do music, but he wanted to get into resale. And I had gave him an example. You know the Flint 7 that came out last year?
Mm-hmm.
You know, them was bricks.
I was say those are. I ain't on front. I passed them on for. I got a pair. Somebody sold me a pair of dead ass for like $110. Like they went like, and those. I remember those. I remember before I got them for less than retail. They was sitting in finish line. Well, those one of the few retros you seen just sitting. So that's another question I had. So I'm gonna cut you off on that to make sure I can ask that question still as to questions like what's a bad shoe and things like that. Have you sold any celebrities or anything like that yet?
Celebrities? No, I haven't sold any celebrities yet.
Okay, it's on the way.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, I haven't sold the one, but I had made a connect one. You know who Big 30 is?
Mm-hmm.
They had a show in Fort Valley with him, and it was a little pop-up shop before the show. And his manager and stuff was walking around. He was talking to folks, and I had made a connect with him, but I ain't never like make a sale. But I had came close to making one.
That's how conversation got to start somewhere. You're doing your thing. Now let's get back to the bricks. Have you ever been stuck with a shoe that you couldn't flip?
Not really. I had bought the Flint 13s, and then nobody bought them. But this girl had stood up. She was just trying to get in the shoes. I ended up making that sale quick. But I ain't never really been stuck with nothing because I know what to buy stuff, and most of my shoes sell out like first day or the next day.
Yeah, I see a lot of like resellers. They it's mainly pre-order, so you don't even get them unless usually somebody has locked in that size. From what I use, at least for most of them.
Yeah, I had got into that too because when I first started doing it, I was just buying the shoe, posting it, selling it like that. Then what it really was when I first started, that's when that stimulus was out.
Everybody had the money, boy.
So any shoe I was grabbing, people was buying it just because they had the money to get it. But as that started showing up, I started doing the pre-order because I seen a lot of people ask me for a shoe. Then when I get it in hand, they wouldn't be serious on buying it. So I'm gonna switch to pre-orders. If they don't send no money, I'm not grabbing the shoe.
That makes sense. So when that happens, like if you get the shoe and then it don't fall through, do you like to get it off of you quick? Do you maybe like lower the price a little bit, or you still can just still like you ain't had that issue? You can still just get it off or whatever you want.
What I normally do is, if it ain't selling as quick as I wanted to, I hit another reseller. Like I take them to like Stussen and Macon.
Shout out AD, of course.
Yeah, shout out my boy AD. Then I take them to Stussen and Macon. The guy Scotty I was just talking about, sometimes he'll buy them. Got Bear Hodge. I take them to him. He pay good. Like I hit up my other resellers because I know I got good clientele, but everybody got different clientele.
Yeah, they might have
like,
somebody else get it off.
Yeah, everybody like different stuff.
That makes sense. Now, I know we talked about, you said the Flint 13s were one that you kind of got, it didn't go as planned. Is that the worst shoe that you ever kind of tried to flip, or was there one worse than that?
What I say? I think it would. It would be that one. But actually, this past release, the Red Thunder 4 that just released, people was like going crazy on Facebook, Snapchat. I had a bunch of people hit me up for them. So I'm thinking this gonna be a quick seller. But the day of the release, when I started posting silent stuff, I saw the first day I touched almost like 20. The first day I didn't sell but like 4. But I ended up selling more the next day. But I ended up selling like 6 to another reseller because they weren't moving as quick as I wanted them to.
I ain't gonna front. I got the Red Thunders for retail. I went up and I was mad because I went up to Lithonia. I got it from Stonecrest and got them for retail. And like they look real good on the photos though. Like they look crazy. But then when I finally got home and opened the box, I was like,
the material wasn't like the way they put it together. Because I was looking at the grade school pairs, like between the midsole and the upper, it was like a bunch of glue stains.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it wasn't like, I ain't gonna front. It was a shoe. How I basically, because I sold it. Like I had it literally. I brought it home and I sold it. Like I gave them the shoes with the still in the Jimmy Jazz bag. Like it was like, this ain't it. But like it was a shoe that I wouldn't mind having. But I can't pay. I pay retail. I don't see how people paying resale for this. So I didn't want it for retail. I need it for less. Like if somebody sell it to me less than retail, like down the line, I'll buy it. Like I like it for that. But I don't like it enough to be paying them. It is too many new Jordans. It's too many better ones coming out.
Yeah,
so
and I think that's what it was because you know the original was supposed to drop in like October.
Yeah.
So with them dropping them after the patent ones and the cool grade,
it just let you down.
Yeah, people was like,
especially because that was a very hype shoe. Everybody was just like, I need those. And then when you get them, it's like, oh, that was for this? Like,
Yeah.
nah, I sold mine too. It's funny that you brought that one up because I felt the same way. Like, nah, this ain't it. Now, what's we talk about the worst shoe you ever had? What's the best shoe that you ever had? And I mean, as far as maybe profit margin that you was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do this with them, and it went crazy.
I would say the Raging Bulls, and that was like right when I first started. Like, I ain't get like all of them at one time, but stores kept restocking stuff. I was selling like, I felt like I was selling like 20 pairs a week for like 2 months straight.
Still icy. I got me a pair.
I just sold a pair today.
I think I looked at your story and I seen some. I started saying, I might go and get me a second pair. I'm like, I don't need a second pair, man. No, man. But let me ask you this: like you mentioned, you started in an era of like the local sneaker community. People ain't really know the value of stuff. You could just get it all for whatever you felt like getting it all for. But now I already know you hear it all the time as a reseller. Oh, you trying to buy from somebody? StockX got this for this price. Go got this for this price. As a reseller, just generally speaking, what has StockX done to like your business? StockX
is a good app for us because, to be honest, that's why I ain't gonna say everybody do it. That's why I base my prices off of. Like closer to release, say the shoe going for $300 on StockX, I can sell it $350 because I got it on hand. But yeah, I normally base my prices on StockX. But as far as buying wise, like I hate it with used shoes.
Yeah.
People will bring me a used shoe and be like, I got these for $250. They $300 on StockX. They're used.
Yeah, they brand new on StockX.
Yeah, like they'll be a 6 out of 10 condition. You still want close to what StockX selling for. I'm like, man, I ain't buying that.
Yeah, that'd be my thing too. Like, especially if you sell it to a reseller. My thing when I try to sell, because I sold some of my pairs to resellers before. You gotta understand. Hey, I understand you want to get the most for your shoes, but at the same time, I gotta understand too, this y'all business. So hey, you gotta leave a profit margin if you gonna sell it to a reseller. Like, you ain't gotta try to hit him over the head for everything. Cause then what's the point of him even buying the shoe? He can't make no money off of it.
Cause what I'm doing now with used shoes, like I really don't even buy used shoes no more. People that hit me up to sell their used shoes, I'll be like, you can put it on consignment.
I see a lot of resellers doing that.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to just pay for it. I
Cause
just take $20, $30 on top.
They be wanting too much. I'll be like, how much you want to sell it for? Then they'll say it's like $140. I'll tell them post it for like $170, $180, and when they sell, I keep whatever on top. They be like, all right, cool. So yeah, I don't really too much get into used shoes no more. People be wanting too much.
Yeah, people be thinking and then people like to overrate their shoes. Everything ain't a 9 out of 10, bro. Everybody, these shoes got hella creases, talking about 9 out of 10. It's not.
And then another thing I hate that I restore is somebody will send me a dirty shoe and try to sell it for $200. I'd be like, I can't do nothing with that. They be like, yes, you can, because you restore. Just because I restore, I'm not finna buy. Like, I can clean it up and get more than what you selling it for, but I'm buying it because I don't like to clean the shoes that I'm selling.
I was gonna ask you that, dude, because I know you clean. Do you clean the shoes?
It depends. Like, if I buy it for a low price, if I can clean it up and get, well, I say like, if I buy it for $100, I know I can sell it for $150 in this condition. But if I clean it, I can sell it for $220. Then I'll sell it like that. But if it's just like some basic dirt that you can clean with water and toothbrush, I'm not finna clean that.
I get it. Depends if it changes the profit margin.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna clean it up and it's gonna get me $10 more, forget it. Keep you $10. You clean it yourself. That makes sense. Now, what's your response? I know you said you usually tell them, well, you got it in hand. What's your response though to the people who try to argue with you about StockX? They're like, well, I can just buy it from StockX then. What do you usually say to them then? Like, just buy it from them or?
I be telling them like, go to StockX. And then like resellers, it feel like we the most hated right now. Like, people will come mad at my price. Like, they don't even, I'll post a shoe for $350, they'll inbox me, why you got these shoes for $350? I got you $280 right now. You're not finna tell me what you gonna give me for my product.
Yeah, that's a fact. You don't go in Walmart and tell them, hey, I got this.
And then it's like, I don't want to be an asshole about the situation. But it's like when you coming at me crazy, like sometimes I just don't even open it.
I don't blame you. Like, I tell people, like, I mean, sometimes I done bought from resellers before. I ain't gonna front, I ain't a big reseller man because I don't go enough places to justify it. When I do, I got enough shoes that I don't necessarily need those. But I don't never argue price. Your price is your price, even if I'm not willing to pay it for that particular shoe.
But the thing about me, like, I don't know if a lot of resellers do it, but I'm a reasonable person.
Mm-hmm. I seen your prices, the ones that you posted.
Yeah, and then like the prices that I be having, like I don't even sell the shoes for that sometimes. If I got it for $350, you come be like, hey, can you work with me like $320, $310? Like if I got enough pairs where I'm still gonna make a good profit, then yeah, because you know it's all about how you come to people, how you talk to them.
Yeah, and at the same time, in business, like you in it to make a profit. You can't sell it for what I bought it for. That defeats the purpose of buying it. So no, I feel you on that, man. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Because we all know StockX gets a bad rap because they done sold fakes. Everybody knows StockX lets fakes slide through all the time. Have you, as a reseller, ever knowingly sold a pair of fake shoes?
I ain't sell one, but I bought one.
All right, so that's not your fault.
Yeah,
you bought one.
No, I actually made a TikTok on it too, so I ain't gonna say no name, but I got a homeboy. Like we got a little PlayStation party. They know I'm a reseller. He was trying to sell. It was a pair of Hyper Royal ones. So I
those were a lot of fakes of that one though.
Yeah. So I ended up I'm like when in school he was kind of known for sneakers. Like he always had good shoes. Ain't nobody never said his shoes were fake. So I don't check every shoe I buy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't check every shoe I buy. If you got a good name with sneakers, you ain't really sold no fakes or nothing. So when I bought it from him, I had same person I had took it to my boy Scotty that do the raffles. He had a dead stock pair already. The pair I was buying was used. He was like, he gonna get that pair to wear so he can keep his pair dead stock. So I ain't checked the shoe. I took it up there to him and it had 2 StockX tags. Like it was a StockX tag on each shoe.
See, I don't even buy from StockX, so I know it ain't supposed to have 2 StockX tags.
It was a StockX tag on both shoes. I did not peep that, but we gave it away on the box. It was like a stamp with like little Chinese symbols on it. So when I met up with him, he had went in the house to get his pair because we were gonna compare them. So when he came back out, I was like, yeah, these fake. Oh, I ain't even gonna lie to you, I just peeped it.
So how did that? Did you tell your mans the shoes was like? How did that end up working out? Did he give you the bread back?
Yeah, he ended up getting. I had called him like we joke a lot, so I was like, hey, these ain't the ones. You got to earn that cheese back.
Yeah, like no, that's legit. Like come on, man.
But it wasn't no hassle for him to get the money back. Like he was cool about it. But I had spent $250. I did not want to lose that $250.
No, for $250, bro, I need that back, man. This might cost our friendship, bro. Like, so do you like? I know you resell. Do you focus on a particular brand? Like, of course, we know the Jordan sell usually quickly. Do you do other brands as far as reselling goes, or maybe Yeezys or something?
I done sold a couple pair of Yeezys, but Yeezy market kind of going down.
It is. So
I've been standing on, and then the thing with Yeezy retail is high. I think the retail already be like 220. Yeah, like 220. After tax, it'd be close to like 240. Yeah. So I'll get some used Yeezys and sell them. But as far as like release wise, I love Dunks.
Because Dunks, yeah, they $100. Yeah, and people selling them for $200, more than that.
If you getting them for retail. And the reason I love them, because if you get them for retail and put them for $200 is still a reasonable price for shoes. So I'm selling a shoe for a reasonable price, and I'm still making like $100 or more profit.
Yeah, man. I seen somebody, and I ain't never been big on Dunks. I didn't even realize till recently Dunks was only $100. Like I just thought, damn, everybody sell Dunks. That I just assumed because everything else almost $200. I'm thinking Dunks 150, 180, something up there. And I'm like, oh damn, they only $100. Like that's crazy. What's up with the Ford? And you may not know, Cody. You just sold. What's up with the Forces, man? Why everybody reselling Forces all of a sudden?
Cause like Forces ain't a lot of stores ain't been getting Forces.
I ain't trying to knock your hustle. And I might need to say this off camera, but Forces be in stock online the whole time.
That's what. And I'm gonna say that I don't resell Forces.
Oh, okay.
Like the way I feel about Forces supposed to be that shoe you can just walk in the mall and get.
Yeah, cause I was like, am I missing something? Cause I'm like, every time I go on Nike or just search for Air Force Ones, cause I buy a lot of Forces.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I like a bunch of Forces, but like even just the cocaines, bro, they be online.
Yeah, and they be right on Nike. Like I'll tell somebody like just order, but it be like,
I guess
it's really like with Forces, it show you why we have resellers, cause a lot of people are impatient. Like they be wanting the shoes the same day, so they'll go ahead and pay that resale. But
that go back to, hey man, you want it, it's business. Hey, you don't want to wait, you can wait. And Nike ship fast too, so that's really impatient. You probably have them in like 2-3 days.
Yeah, they be like 2-3 days.
But they don't want to wait. Hey, I will pay this little extra tax on top of it, man.
Like I have people ask me about Forces, they be like, you got Forces on here? I'm like, I don't sell Forces. I know where to go get some. I'll charge them like $20-$30 extra depending on where they at. I really only be charging gas money with Forces.
Let me ask you this: have you ever like because I've seen a reseller do this, and I mean, I think it's kind of smart if I'm being real. Like, somebody hit a reseller for a shoe. You don't necessarily have the shoe, but you know somebody who has the shoe, and they might be selling that shoe for like $220, whatever. And like, you'll ask them for pictures of the shoe. You'll send it to the person who want to buy it, but you'll tell them the shoe like $260, and they'll send you the bread. I've seen a reseller do this. They'll send the bread, and then you'll go take the money, buy the shoe, keep the 40, and then give them the shoe. I ain't gonna front. I mean, that was smart. Hey, that's a middleman. But I seen like people like legit didn't even like, and of course the person like, I don't want the shoe. All right, well, cool. I ain't, then they basically tell them, hey, I'm good. I'm gonna pass on that shoe. But the whole time they were selling the shoe that wasn't even theirs. I mean, just making sure.
I haven't did like it that way, but if I know another reseller that got the shoe, if they'll lower the price for me, well, I can buy it from them and then sell it to somebody, I'll do that.
I know you mentioned on the podcast that people be complaining about your price. Do you want to give anybody an insight into what it really takes for you as to this is why I set my price? Because every time I got to go run here, there, like it's a lot of work maybe people don't realize y'all do behind the scenes. You just don't pop up with like 12 pair of shoes. You actually it's gas involved, it's time involved. Maybe, do you think people really understand how much you have to do? It ain't just like, hey, I just went to the store and picked this pair of shoe up. I just beat you to it. Like the leg work that actually goes into getting these pairs.
I think that'd be the problem. People don't realize like reselling is slick, kind of like you slick paying for a service basically.
Yeah.
Cause releases, I get shoes from Runner Robbins. I get some shoes from Macon. Then I have to go all the way to Atlanta, pick up them pairs, bring them back. On top of that, I'm paying the stores like $30, $40 extra just to guarantee I get the shoe. So I have to put the price where I'm still gonna make a good amount.
It's worth the effort, baby.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even if you stop doing it, because a lot of people be like, people be like, if there was no reseller, did everybody get the shoe? Not necessarily. You still wouldn't get it.
It's still gonna sell out because the raffle system.
That's a fact.
Like, and then a lot of people think I hit on raffle. I'm just be honest. Since I started reselling, I probably done won like 2 raffles, and it wasn't even nothing major.
Yeah, I think the only ones I want come out to be shoes that's not even hard to get. Yeah. Like, it'd be like I thought the Thunders. I thought when I hit for the Thunders, man, I was lit. Now you realize everybody kind of can get the Thunders. That's maybe why that's killing it. But what's your plans when it comes to reselling? Are we gonna open our own? I've seen a lot of people start to open their own sneaker stores. Is that your goal, or what's your plan when it comes to the shoes?
Yeah, I'm in a sneaker store right now. Y'all check us out, Just for Kids on 96.
Oh, you been there?
Yeah, I'm in there too. That's Justin Gary's store.
But I done bought probably at least 4 or 5 pair from them already, bro. And I ain't never seen you in there, bro.
I still be doing my own thing. Like, I was in there today, but I be in and out. But I'm a part of that store too. But yeah, I want to get a store going, but I don't want it down here no more. Like,
where you planning to put it at? Don't give away your game plan, but just generally, do you know where you want to put it at, or?
Honestly, I want to put it like, I'm from Byron. I wanted to put it somewhere like Byron, but a lot of people don't come. It ain't a lot of reason for people to come to Byron.
Yeah, they really have to. You would probably miss out on that business of just somebody passing by. Now that's a sneaker store. But no, I gotta say though, it's been another one. I guess it's more Centerville than Byron, but it's right there. Was it Fresh?
Fresh is not a resale store. Fresh is actually a retail store. Like, they're like Hibbies and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I think.
But I actually like store-wise, I want to go to like a bigger city now.
That makes sense.
I really don't even want to be in Georgia no more.
That makes sense. So just generally speaking, not a resale or anything like that. As somebody in the sneaker culture, what's a must-have shoe for you? Like, what's your grill?
A grill, and it's a shoe I already done had. I want a pair of Tuxedo 11s. I don't know what it is about that shoe.
About those, man. I don't like those like that. They cool, but
I don't know. I just need another. I need another pair of Tuxedo 11s, and I need another pair of Fearless 1. But if you want to be honest with you, I really don't care about shoes like that. Like, I know I'm a reseller and stuff. Like, I like the sneaker game, but I walk around with stuff like Uggs. I wear my Uggs every day, Crocs. I don't even have a big collection. I probably have like 20 shoes at the most.
Oh, that's what's up. One thing I like about you two that you mentioned, as somebody who sells shoes, you like to still keep it in focus for people. Like, even on the podcast, I was telling you, hey, what's your prices? You said, I'll be taxed. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? And when you really broke it down and made common sense, it's like, yo, my price is set for people basically with disposable income who can do this. My price isn't just for the regular day-to-day person. Like, you know who you selling to, and then you also say shoes ain't that important, which means, hey, buy from me. Don't get it wrong, buy from me if you can, but you're not telling, like a lot of people just say, I gotta get my bread, that's their problem. You're like, nah, don't buy from me if it's gonna take away from what's actually important. If you got it, then come see me. If you don't, then don't come see me, basically. And I respect that, because most people put money above all, but you like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah, because I be having, I have people that, they shop with me before, but I got a little partner, like, sometimes he'll cop, then a release will come up, he'll be like, I only got this much to next week. I'm like, bro, them shoes ain't that serious.
Yeah, if you
like,
just do that for the shoes, you don't need the shoes.
I be like, I'll keep it real with them, like, the shoes came out this week, but just be patient, like, they're finna restock in like 2 or 3 weeks, like, all releases don't restock, but if it's like a big release, and the way stuff been going, like COVID, all that, a lot of stores don't get that whole shipment. So I be like, you can just be patient and wait, like, y'all don't have to have the shoes then and there.
That makes sense, yeah, for real. I like that mindset, because I know a lot of resellers, and that's why it shocked me the first, because you legit, I'm not being funny, the first reseller I ever heard tell somebody, hey man, sneakers ain't that important. Like, don't take away from what you need done. Now, of course, like you already mentioned earlier, you clean shoes as well. Has there ever been a shoe that you couldn't clean, like you tried your best and you could not get it looking good again?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. It done been a couple shoes that I actually messed up. Like, I done messed up a couple shoes, but I replaced the shoes. How
you messed it up? Like, you used the wrong stuff on it, or?
I ain't been restoring long, so it's still a lot of stuff I'm learning. Like, the most recent shoe I messed up was a pair of Raging Bull 5s. And it was I was icing the bottom, I was icing the sole on them. And the sole sauce, when I put it in the icebox, the sole sauce would drip off and the icebox get hot. So when the sole sauce dripped off, it got on the suede, and when I took it out, it like made all the suede rub off. So I had to buy them a brand new pair of Raging Bulls.
Even then, again, that just show you as a person. Most people would have been like, hey, my bad, bro. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, hey, the next pair you bring, like some people, hey, the next pair you bring, I'll clean for free. Probably gonna bring no more pair of shoes to you after you mess my pairs up.
I done had somebody I messed their shoes up and they still brought some shoes back. But I ain't gonna lie, like, I done messed a few shoes up.
Cause that go back to people, even if they don't trust the product that you may give, if they can know, like, hey, last time he messed me up, but I know if he messed me up, he gonna correct it. I can still have faith in him as a person. He can clean the shoes. If he clean them, he gonna do his thing. But if he don't, I still may be good. So that still help you out the fact that you take responsibility for it. Now, I know you probably seen, it's a photo going around on Facebook about, it was a beat up pair of Air Force Ones that got restored and they look brand new. Have you seen that photo?
It was like 2,000 shares on it.
Yeah, it's like a big photo, like a beat up pair, and then like they showed a restored pair that they claimed that it looked like it was brand new.
I'm not gonna lie, that photo is from a dude down here.
Let me ask you this: do you know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot then, cause as somebody who cleans shoes, I can't tell. Again, I don't know. I'm gonna ask you: that's a very good restore if it is. In your opinion, is that possible to restore a pair of Air Force Ones like that? And do you think that's the same pair? Because the fact that, first off, he talented as hell, is the fact people really got to sit here and discuss if that's actually the same shoe. That just means you doing your thing, but I'd be wrong if it's a sneaker conversation and not ask.
To be honest, like, Forces is the easiest shoe to restore ever. Like, no matter how beat up it is, as long as if it ain't like scratched up or nothing, like if it's just a bunch of dirt built up on it, like stain stuff, Forces is like the easiest shoe to clean. So that is the same pair then. Like, if you want to tell if it's the same pair, when you restore a shoe, you can deep clean it, but that sock liner is still gonna have like a slight dinge on it.
See, that's the thing. I'm sock line on that photo. When I see that, look brand new. That's the thing, because you can always tell an older pair of Forces by that sock line. Because even like that, I think that's really what make Forces look like run down, is that sock line.
Yeah, that sock liner.
But now that's talent. You saying, as somebody who cleans shoes, if you saying that's the same pair, because you are saying that's the same pair, right?
Yeah, that's the same pair. I know for a fact that's the same pair.
That's a talent. That's amazing. I ain't gonna front, man. That's talented, and I ain't doubting it. Again, I don't know enough about it, but since I'm sitting here with somebody who cleans shoes, I gotta, hey, well, in your opinion, you saying that's it, so that's it. Now, who are, and I should have asked this before, man, but who are some, we sit here talking about how you are some reseller, who are some other, and you said some names already though, but who are some of the other top resellers that you know in the area, as well as who are some of the top people who clean shoes that you're aware of?
I can't think of the dude who did the force. I gotta think of his name, but I'll put him above, like Restore. I'll get him Restore. Like he just top Restore down here. But resellers, you already know AD. Then you got Diaz and Macon. My homeboy Javen, he good with it too. He resell and restore. Then Reshawn, he be having like he the only person out here that still have like a bunch of OG. Like you can go in there and buy you the original bread ones in there. Like
he tapped in.
Yeah, like he the only person down here. Like he don't focus on new releases. He get old and stuff like that.
And that's smart when you think about it, because who else they gonna go to but you? Because you're the one who got it. Like everybody got the new releases. That don't what set you apart. I like that.
Yeah, but who else? I say Tyler a good one. Scott, like out of all, I ain't trying to put nobody out, but out of all the resellers out here, I mess with Scotty the most, cause he like the most reasonable. Like besides me, he the most reasonable reseller, and he
you say he had a Macon, right?
Yeah, he really like to give back. Like he do a $10 raffle with shoes. You either take a pair of shoes or you take $225 cash. So to be doing that, and then another one he do a $5 wheel. He had like AirPods, stuff like that. Then he got a $20 wheel, be like PlayStations and stuff like that. Like he like to give back a lot, and he try to keep it reasonable too.
I like that. Any other resellers you want to show some love to?
Shout out to Justin. Shout out to my boy T. Shout out my boy Big Homie Lynn. Y'all check him out on YouTube also.
My boy Leonard. Yeah, shout out Leonard. He was on episode 2 of the podcast. He dope YouTuber. And he always show love. Like he the one when I was getting into the YouTube game, he really broke it down to me. He ain't had to do that.
Yeah.
So definitely, man, shout out to him on the YouTube tip and all of them and Just for Kicks. Like I said, I didn't even know you was in there with him, but shout out to all y'all.
I gotta start. I'm trying to get back in there more. It's just
and that's
my own thing.
That's one place I'm gonna give them their credit on camera. They legit have reasonable prices for what they be selling. So I gotta give them that, man. If you looking for some shoes and you in the area, tap in with Just for Kicks, man, and what they got going on. Speaking of YouTube though, you said you're a YouTuber, correct? You do YouTube as well. First off, what's your YouTube channel if people want to subscribe?
It's Kidd Kam, KIDD KAM. But I haven't been on YouTube in like months.
So what's the reason why we ain't been on YouTube?
Alright, so really when I was in high school, that was my main focus at the time. Like I was stuck on after school, I'm doing straight YouTube. That was before the before reselling was even thought about. So I was doing like a lot of YouTube videos. First, it actually did start. My first video was a sneaker. You know who Tony D2 is?
Yeah, Tony. He got the dreads or whatever. Yeah. I watch him. I watch a few of them. I watch Unbreakable Kicks. Big homie Leonard. I watch him too. Yeah. It's a few like sneaker like reviews. I don't even be planning to buy the shoes. I just legit like their content. I just be watching.
My first YouTube video, his girlfriend, I actually won one of her giveaways. So I got a free pair from her. So that was my first YouTube video. I was reviewing the shoe and like showing it on feed, telling them how I got it and stuff. That was my first video. Then after that, I started doing reactions. I was doing vlogs. I was really touching on everything on YouTube just to see what would bring in the most views.
So what ended up hitting for you?
What ended up making me, I had a video that hit 100K. It was like news, like it was another YouTuber. Her news had got exposed, and I was like talking about that on YouTube, and it had got like 100,000 views, but they ended up taking it down. But out of all my videos, like when I do stuff like that, I did a video on when Kevin Hart got in that accident. That video had hit like 10K views. Like people like seeing stuff like that, but with that, you gotta be the first one to drop it. Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like I tell people all the time, like those reactions or like some controversial stuff, I don't really do it. People ask why I don't. It's like because you, like you said, you gotta be the first one, and then like after that quick shot, it don't really have people coming back.
Yeah.
So you always gotta try to find new ways. So when you come back to YouTube, have you decided what you're trying to do when you get back, or?
When I tried last year to get back, I wanted to do restoring on YouTube. I did like a couple videos on that, and then what I got coming now, I had already started. I'm gonna do a series called Life of a Reseller. So I'm basically gonna be recording like how release day going out, picking up the shoes, selling them, stuff like that. Like show like the background of resellers so people will understand more.
And I think obviously that'll help with people who always like, man, why your price? So they can legit see this is what I had to do every time a shoe comes out. Since you just think I'm just taxing or doing all this just to do it, you could actually see why I'm doing this. So I think that'll help you both on the YouTube game, because people love, like I said, people just like watching about the shoes and the fact that they can see why your price is your price. So, and that may get you new clients. People at least be like, well, at least I know why he charged and what he charged. I'll go to him. So I like that, man. Now, last few questions for you. Like I said, I met you a few days ago. Awesome person, great energy. And one thing I found out quick, man, you be a major supporter. You always showing love to people. I remember I had put y'all on the spot on the podcast, and your man was quick to say, nah, he go with me to the studio every time. He always showing love. He always sharing. He always make sure that I get my flowers. I get support from somebody. What makes you go out your way to make sure you're taking care of your people like that?
I just like helping other people. I like seeing other people happy. I like, with my cousin them, they doing music right now. That's something they taking serious. So
you go ahead, who your cousin plug his music.
Y'all check him out. His name is The Don, and then I got another one. His name is Bam Bam. I actually they called me their manager actually.
Bam Bam. Oh, I think I know Bam. How old Bam Bam? He older than you, right?
No, he like a month.
Oh, I think another Bam Bam.
We ain't dropped none yet. He dropped something like a couple years ago, but we finna start taking jump serious. But they called me their manager. Because the studio we go to, I found them the studio, and I actually just booked them their first show this weekend.
That's what you are their manager then. What you mean?
Yeah,
They call me you the manager.
Yeah, I do what I can, but like, I just like seeing people around me happy. Like I feel like with me reselling, like my motion already started.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm already good what I'm doing. If I can help somebody else start their motion and get them going, then I'm straight. Like I want to see everybody around me having their own motion.
I like that. That's kind of like why I do stuff like this. Like, yo, I realize people watching. I obviously can just do videos myself and keep it on me. But hey, if y'all gonna pay attention to me anyway, let's talk about this person. This is somebody doing something else too that y'all should support. So I like that mindset, because that's kind of the same mindset I got. Like share the spotlight with people who doing great. Especially if you already got your own thing going. Help your person or help your man get his own thing going.
Yeah.
And y'all still ain't sent me no song from the Dawn. I need to still hear one from him, man.
I'm gonna send you something after the video. And then like another thing, like people be asking me, why do I support other resellers? I'm like, the way it is, like I have my own clientele.
Mm-hmm.
If I done sold out of the shoe and I know somebody else that got it, I'm gonna just send them their way. They be thinking like I'm gonna lose out on money or lose a customer. Like I get new customers every day. And I'm not a greedy person either. Like if I can help somebody else, I'm gonna help them, because I know I'm still gonna be straight. And then it's gonna come back to me.
That's a fact. I think, like I said, you the first reseller. So maybe it's just like a generalized theory about resellers, because you the first person, like I legit be putting people on to it. Most people don't do that. They're gonna try to keep it for themselves. So the fact that you do be like, hey, go see him. Even if you don't make nothing on it, the fact that you just did that is just uncommon. But that just show you as a person, because everybody ain't doing that. But open floor, man, what announcements, what do you got to say? What didn't I ask you that you want to go ahead and make clear while we're sitting here talking to you still?
I'm just trying to make my way back on YouTube. If I can find my way back on YouTube, I'll be set for this year. But I do want to touch on my cousin's music. We gonna get that going. My main focus is gonna be their music for right now. Like,
I mean, your cousin should have been sitting here too. I don't know why he ain't came in the Rose Garden. I don't know why he ain't sent me nothing to the rap sheet, man.
Nick, I'm gonna set some more with Bang, because I need you to meet him too. But
that's a fact.
I'm trying to focus on my cousin's music and stuff right now, because my motion already good and they serious right now. So I'm trying to get them going. But I really want to get back on YouTube. Do my two main focuses right now. And the goal for this year, I'm gonna try to start getting like 20 plus pairs every release.
You ain't playing no game.
I'm trying to get 20 plus pairs released. I'm trying to work on the website. I want to get more shipping orders, because locally I sell out every time.
Mm-hmm.
But since I started, I think I had 2 ship orders. I want to get more out there, like expand more.
I like the plan. You already got a plan in place. I like that, man. I like that. All right, so we're in the Rose Garden. You know how every episode ends. We're gonna end with you giving somebody else their flowers. So who do you want to give the flowers to end out this episode?
I want to shout out my boy YCC Sean with his clothing line. Y'all check him out on Facebook, Instagram, all that. He got a clothing line. He do jackets, shirts, sweatpants, sweatsuits, all that. Like Y'all just shout out to him. He working. He getting everything going.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You sure nothing else you want to say before we close this out?
Y'all stay tuned for the music, and I will be back on YouTube soon.
That's a fact. If you don't have nothing else to say, my name is Lawrence Ray, and this was The Rose Garden.